Do you ever feel like you're too busy to build your business? Do you ever get afraid that if you get busier, if you build your business more, then you will be too busy? You probably have or have had one of those fears, whether consciously or unconsciously, at some time. Either you can't figure out how to have more time to build your business right now so that you can quit your job, so that you can replace your income. If only I had more time, right? Or, oh my gosh, if I take on more clients, if I sell more products, then I'm going to be too busy for the things that I really love. Have you ever felt one of those things? I want you to share with me in the comments. My name's Christine McAllister. If we haven't met, I'm the Huffington Post featured founder of Life with Passion, and I am here today to talk to you about what to do when you feel like you're too busy to build your business. All right, here's the deal. Hi, ladies. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Lucinda. Everybody say hi so I can know that you're on and you're watching, if you're watching this live or on the replay. Telling yourself you're too busy to build your business is a sneaky form of self-sabotage. It's a sneaky form of self-sabotage, okay? We've talked about the fear of success before, and I'm too busy to build my business shows up sometimes as a fear of success, but a lot of times we might not be aware that we have a fear of success. We are aware of this idea that we have that we're too busy to build our businesses. If we're building them as a side hustle, if we are building them with a family, if we are building them and we have a lot of other responsibilities, whatever that thing is, this is a form of self-sabotage that comes up a lot. Jamie says, even with my time dedicated to setting up my business, other things can get in the way. Yes, Jamie, thank you for sharing that, right? So whether we're really involved in something in our community, whether we are a volunteer, whether we're helping others, whether we are mindlessly scrolling Facebook, whether we're watching Netflix, whether we're doing all of those things, right? A lot of times we can wind up feeling like, where's the time to build my business? A client of mine just said to me yesterday, my mantra over and over, and the thing that I'm known for saying is, I just need 26 hours in the day, right? But I can totally relate to that. That used to be something that I said a lot. The thing is, telling ourselves we don't have enough time is not going to help us find more time, right? I got my notes right here. So you might be telling yourself, I'm too busy now. You might be telling yourself, I'm afraid that if I get more clients, then I'm going to be too busy. Have you ever felt that? Like it might be unconscious, but maybe there have been times when you've said, I'm afraid that if I get more clients, then I'll be too busy for my family or for my pets or to do the things that I really love, to serve in the ways that I want to serve, right? To take care of myself. You all know I love to be real with you. So this is something that I've noticed coming up in the process of my book. Is like, I know, and I've shared this with you before, this book is going to bring me a ton of press, a ton of publicity, a ton of increase in my audience. And so there's been some resistance there along the way that I've caught myself having because I'm like, I want to make sure I can still serve my community well. I want to make sure I can still serve my clients well. I want to make sure I'm there for my baby. I want to make sure I'm there for my husband. I want to make sure I'm there for my dogs and my horses and to do the things that I really love, right? So like, I think I want to just share that with you because I want you to know that you're not alone and that this is something that's come up for me at all different points on my business building journey. You know, it tends to be the case that we have the same resistance come up around the same ideas at different levels of our business. So when I was first starting my business, right, and I was moving out of doing my online marketing business full time, there was a fear of I'm going to be too busy, even though I didn't have a baby, even though I didn't have another job, right? I was making that transition out of one thing to another, and I still had that thought going in my head. Now with a six-figure business and a baby, right, I am now coming up to realize that thought again. And so, like, I just want you to know that it's okay. it doesn't mean that success isn't meant for you because you have it. And that's why I'm sharing, like, that's one of my things. And that's why we're here talking about it, right? Is that fear of being too busy. But here's how I deal with it, and here's how you can deal with it too. Whether you're afraid that, whether you're feeling too busy now, or whether you're feeling like if you grew, then you would be too busy. I want you to remember and recognize that almost everything in your business, except for a couple of critical things, which I'm going to cover in a minute, almost every single thing in your business can be hired out. Literally almost every single thing in your business can be hired out. If you have 1 hour a day, a weekday, or 5 hours a week max to spend on your business, and you're like, I want to sell one product a day, or I want to have one client a day. Let's say you want to start with 5, one-on-one clients, or you want to start by selling one high-end product every single day, and you only have 5 hours a week to do it. That's totally possible for you. The only things that you actually have to do in your business are show up for your brand and your community and work with your clients or customers. Those are the only things that actually you have to do. Now, in the beginning of your business, you might be doing all the things. That's normal. And it's kind of like when I went to school to study film and video production, right? Like, websites and communication, et cetera, et cetera. Like when I went, I had to take classes in everything, right? To try it all out. My notifications are blowing up because I'm getting ready for a group coaching call. Hang on, 1 second. Where are you? Where'd you go? You guys can still see me, right? Where am I? Where am I? Oh my gosh, you guys, where did I go? There I am. Okay, Belinda says this is so great. I'm so glad, Belinda. Meryl says, I always envy those who have left their jobs and have all day or night to build their businesses. Totally. So what if it's like, all right, Meryl, I'm going to tell you something that happens with clients when they don't have support and they get out of their 9 to 5s, they freak out. If you quit your job without support from somebody who's been there, I'm just going to say, here's what happens, because I hear it all the time. You suddenly look around and you go, what the heck do I do now? Now I have so much time. I'm used to building my business in 5 hours a day. It's overwhelming. It becomes really overwhelming. You do not expand your productivity into 40, 50, 60 hours a week, whatever you were working before. Instead, your brain goes, I don't know what to do with all this time, and you wind up being unproductive. Every single time, unless you have somebody to lay out the schedule of what do I do with my time now in a way that feels good and not like I'm replacing my 9 to 5. So I just want you to hear that. Like, if you are watching this and you quit tomorrow, like, because that's the dream when you're in a job that you don't like, right? If you quit tomorrow and didn't know and didn't have the structure and support to figure out a way to create a new non-9 to 5 schedule in a way that worked for you, what your brain would do, because safe is same to your brain, right? What your brain would do is find ways to fill the time in unproductive ways and then leave you with basically about the same amount of time to build your business that you did before. And you'd be like, what's going on? Why do I feel so bad? And then you beat yourself up, likely, and you'd be like, oh, this is the wrong thing, and you freak out, okay? So I just want you to hear that, like, it's not always roses just because the job ends. Yes, that is the goal, but we also want to set ourselves up for success with how we spend our time. So you could find yourself, like Jamie said, even with my time dedicated to setting up my business, other things can get in the way, totally, and that's normal. So that's why figuring out how to get that accountability of how to show up in a way that feels good for you is really, really important, okay? So it's just a little aside there, a little tip for you. Okay, this is not about beating yourself up for not having more time. This is not about beating yourself up for having this this fear of being too busy. This is about building a business in a way that feels good for you. We are not here to build businesses that feel really hard and stressful and overwhelming, right? That's not what life with passion is all about. That's not what being passionate and profitable as an entrepreneur is all about. This is about having fun. This is about doing something that is fun for you. This is about hiring out the junk that you don't like doing as soon as you can. And giving yourself permission to do that it doesn't mean that you can't do it all. It just means that you don't want to do it all, right? I remember my first coach said, like, I could be really good at scrubbing toilets if I desired to, but that's not my desire. So I hired someone else to scrub my toilet, right? And I think that's just like such a funny example of, we don't a lot of times give ourselves permission. Like, if I'm good, if I'm productive, then that means I have to do all these different things, right? Then that means I have to be perfect at all of these different things. And that's not the case. Like I was saying about being in school, I tried out shooting video, right? I tried out editing video. I tried out building websites. I tried out writing scripts. Like, whatever your field of study was, you tried out a lot of different things, right? I tried out music production. I did an internship. I found out I didn't like that. I went to the Olympics. I found out I didn't love doing TV production, right? Trying these things, I had to know how to do all of it, though, because when I did my documentary for PBS, I did all of those things because it was a skeleton crew, and that's what I did. And along the way, I was like, oh, the editing thing, like, I mean, I like a certain part of that. I like doing the story cut, but I don't like doing all the details at the end where you have to do all the refining and the color correcting, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to nerd out on you here, but the point is, you try it all in the beginning so that you know what you like and what you don't like. You try it all so that you learn what you like and what you don't like. And then, as your business grows, as you start making money, instead of feeling like, I have to keep it all, I have to keep it all, you go, okay, what could I hire done for 1/10 of what I can make in an hour if I delegate it to someone else and do something that I'm really good at, right? So for me, that's showing up here and being with you guys. That's connecting with my community. I love you all so much. And that's working with and serving my clients. Those are literally the only 2 things that I cannot replicate in my business. Every other thing that I have ever done, writing newsletters, writing Facebook posts, doing this, doing that, you know, marketing, whatever, everything else I can hire done. I could hire a ghostwriter if I didn't love writing, but I love it, right? So Mallory says, yes. Andrea says, this is so awesome, building a business that feels good for you. Right, we are not here to replace the way that our 9-to-5s feel. We are here to live passionate lives, and that includes building businesses that we're passionate about. Mallory says that she loves this topic. I'm so glad, Mallory. Jamie says, my job ended in March. It took that to happen for me to really start to head toward my business. What is amazing to me is new clients are coming. Just had one tell me they're sending a check, 2 repeat clients signing up for more work. But it took me from March until now to get where I am today. Christine McAllister in her program 6 months, and the group I joined, joining the group program with me in August, have been instrumental in getting my momentum. Still struggle with the time issues, but it's getting better. Totally, like me, right? Like, we're on the journey together. It's okay. It doesn't have to stop you. You're so right. You have to try. That's how I've been learning what's working and what's not working. Andrea says, trying things like stepping stones in your journey. Totally. Do you guys have questions? Because I have 3 minutes before I jump on my private group coaching call. Let me see what else I've got for you here. If you are telling yourself you're too busy, or you're afraid you're going to be too busy, you're keeping yourself stuck. It's a form of self-sabotage. What you need is some clarity and the ability to follow through on that. And those are the pieces you need to put in place for yourself, because you can build a business in 5 minutes a day, in 15 minutes a day, in an hour a day. It requires clarity. It requires learning to delegate. It requires what are all the things that only you can do, right? Your money-making tasks. And will you be willing to delegate those other things? It requires believing there's a way. It requires believing there is a way for you to do this, right? Believing there's a way for you to do this. The too busy thing is a story. We all literally have the same number of hours in the day. It's a story that's not serving you if you're not where you want to be. So tell yourself, I can hire anything done except working with my customers directly or my clients, and working with my, connecting with my community, right? That know, like, and trust factor when you're working online is what makes people buy from you. What to let go of: beating yourself up for feeling like you don't have enough time, telling yourself it's too hard. Start to believe that you have the ability to do this from wherever you are today, from right here, right now. There is something you can do. If you're feeling totally overwhelmed, maybe the thing that you do today is you take a day off so that you can come back to it refreshed and 10 times more active tomorrow. Maybe the thing that you do today is you follow up with somebody that you've been procrastinating on following up with because you know they're going to be a yes and you're afraid you're going to be too busy, right? Because then if they pay you for it, then guess what? You might delegate, you might invest 10% of that back in your business to delegate out something else you've been procrastinating on. Ladies, this is so awesome. Thank you for being here. Mallory says clarity is huge. Kim says be bold and take action. Yes, yes, yes. I want to hear your other comments. I want to hear your other questions. I will come back. If you're watching this live, I will come back and answer them after my group coaching call. If you're watching this on the replay, I'll catch you on the flip side. I will talk to you soon. I look forward to your insights and questions. Stop saying you're too busy. Take some action today and let me know what you're going to do. Bye.